Okay, so I don't know if you heard or not, but Bad Bunny will be performing at the 2026 Super Bowl and will help you dissect some of his lyrics. Let's start with Debí Tirar Más Fotos. We're just going to focus on the main chorus. And so I'm going to start off with Debí tirar más fotos de cuando te tuve. All right, we've got a couple things going on here. First with debí, that's the past tense, the preterite version of the past tense. So debí tirar más fotos, I should have taken more photos. Tirar is used when we talk about taking photos. I know that tirar can also mean to throw away, but it's also used when talking about taking photos. Then we say de cuando te tuve. So tuve is the preterite tense for tener, and it is irregular. So if you're familiar with tener, it's irregular all around, but with the preterite tense, it's conjugated tuve, tuviste, tuvo, tuvimos, tuvieron. So that whole first line, debí tirar más fotos de cuando te tuve. I should have taken more photos. I should have taken more photos when I had you, okay? The last thing I'll point out about that is that the te tuve, we're seeing our direct object pronoun is before the verb. So tuve is our verb, the te goes before that. So interesting. The next line, debí darte más besos y abrazos las veces que pude. I should have given you more hugs and kisses the times that I could. So again, debí, we've already talked about that. That's the preterite tense for deber. Darte, so te here is after dar. That's kind of interesting. And that's because whenever you have two verbs right next to each other, and that second verb is still in its infinitive form, you can actually put that direct object pronoun. I'm sorry, in this case, it's actually an indirect object pronoun. You can put it, but any pronoun, reflexive, direct object, indirect object pronoun. If you have two verbs and that second verb is in its infinitive form, you can make it a compound word with that second verb. So darte. So you have two options. You can put it before the verb phrase, before the conjugated verb. So technically here we could say te debí dar. Okay, but that doesn't flow. We need debí darte. Debí darte. So two options for where that te goes in those instances. Más besos y abrazos las veces que pude. Pude, again, we're seeing our preterite tense. It is irregular. Pude, pudiste, pudo, pudimos, pudieron. That next line, ojalá que los míos nunca se muden. Ooh, so fun. Ojalá is obvious, is telling us, hey, we need the subjunctive tense here. So if you haven't learned the subjunctive tense, it is a more advanced tense because we actually don't have it in English. The subjunctive tense is used for desires, wishes, hopes, doubts, things that are unsure. And so in this case, you're like, I hope that this never happens. Or if only my own people, los míos, my own people around me, nunca se muden. So muden is where we're seeing our subjunctive tense. If you're familiar with the verb mudar means to move, as in to move to a new location, new city, new state, new house, etc., to move in that way. And so it's an AR verb, but we're seeing our subjunctive endings here. So we have, it would be conjugated in its subjunctive form, mude, mudes, mude, mudemos, muden. EN ending instead of AN ending. So fun. Last but not least, this last line, y si hoy me emborracho, pues que me ayuden. So fun. Again, I love this so much. Me emborracho. First of all, it means, and if today I get drunk, that they would help me, hoping that they would help me. Okay, so me emborracho. So fun because it is used in its reflexive form. So emborracho comes from the verb emborrachar, which means to get drunk. And it's used in its reflexive form, meaning you're getting yourself drunk. And that's why we see me before it. So if I get myself drunk, is what we're saying, pues que me ayuden. Two things that we've already seen already. The me, first of all, is a direct object pronoun that they help me, right? And so we put it before our conjugated verb, which in this case is ayuden. And then ayuden is in its subjunctive tense as well, because we're saying if this happens, so it's not sure, it's kind of like hypothetical situation that they help me. Hypothetically, that they help me. We hope that that would happen. So ayudar, this comes from ayudar, but it's spelled A-Y-U-D-E-N because it's in its subjunctive form. And so it has the opposite endings in that subjunctive form. So anyways, I know that was a lot, but I hope that you learned a little bit of something, and now you know what that common course means and know how to break it down in its Spanish grammatical terms. So, all right, awesome job, and I'll be back with more later.